You are not broke because you spend too much. You are broke because your salary was engineered to make sure you never stop needing it. Think about that for a second. You went to school, you got the job, you're doing everything they told you to do, and yet, every month, the money is gone before you even feel it. Not because you're irresponsible, not because you're bad at math, because the system you're inside was designed to work exactly like this. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 layers of the salary trap, the exact mechanisms built into your paycheck that guarantee you stay dependent, stay working, and stay broke. And I'm going to show you the one exit that actually works. Stay until trap 4, because that's the one nobody talks about, and it's the one doing the most damage. You've done everything right, and it still isn't working. You budgeted, you cut subscriptions, you meal prepped for 3 weeks, felt great about it, then life happened, and you stopped. You've told yourself, I'll start saving when I make more money, and then you made more money, and somehow there was still nothing left. Here's what that feels like from the inside. You open your banking app on a Tuesday and do the math. Payday is Friday. You have $67. Rent comes out in 9 days. The number doesn't work. It never quite works. And the worst part isn't the stress, it's the shame. The quiet voice that says, maybe it's your fault. Maybe you're just not disciplined enough. Maybe everyone else has something figured out that you don't. But here's the root cause nobody tells you. The problem is not your spending. The problem is the structure. Your salary is not designed to build your wealth. It is designed to fund someone else's, consistently, reliably, and with your full cooperation. But here's what most people miss. Once you see the 5 layers, you cannot unsee them. And once you can see the trap, you can start planning the exit. Trap 1. The first cut. Your employer takes their share before you ever touch a single dollar. Here is how it works. You negotiate a salary of $60,000 a year. You feel good. That's $5,000 a month. Except, it isn't. After federal income tax, FICA, state tax depending on where you live, you take home somewhere between $3,600 and $3,900. You never agreed to work for $3,700 a month, but that is what you work for. The insight: you do not earn your salary. You earn what's left after the government, your employer's tax obligations, and the social systems built decades before you were born all take their cuts first. Your negotiation happened on a number that was never real. But wait, that's just the first cut. The second one is worse, because this one you don't see coming. Trap 2. The lifestyle anchor. Every raise you get is immediately absorbed by an upgraded version of your life. You got a raise last year, maybe 5%, maybe 10%, and for about 3 weeks you felt it. Then something shifted. The apartment got slightly nicer. The car needed upgrading. The vacations got a little further. The restaurants got a little better. Not because you're reckless, because your social reference point moved up with your income. The people around you earn more now. The standard of normal quietly inflated. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is not a character flaw. It is a completely predictable psychological response to increased income. The problem is that it transforms every raise from a wealth-building event into a lifestyle maintenance event. You run faster. You stay in the same place. The insight: a raise only changes your life if the gap between what you earn and what you spend gets wider, not if the gap stays the same at a higher number. Most people use raises to upgrade their lifestyle. The exit uses raises to upgrade their asset column. This next trap is the one most people skip because it sounds boring. Don't skip it. It's the one costing you the most over time. Trap 3. The time hostage. Your salary is not just buying your labor, it is buying your time, permanently, for as long as you accept it. Here is a fact that changed the way I see everything. When you have a salary, you have created a direct, unbreakable link between your time and your money. The moment you stop giving time, the money stops. Every single day you wake up, you are one decision away from $0. You get sick for 2 months, income at risk. The company downsizes, income gone. The economy shifts, income threatened. A person with a $100,000 salary and 0 assets has less financial security than a person with a $50,000 salary and $200,000 in income-producing assets, because one of them has decoupled time from money, the other hasn't. The insight: a salary is not income. It is a time for money agreement with an exit clause that only your employer controls. True financial security is not having a high salary. It is having income that doesn't require your presence. We are halfway through the 5 traps. The next one is the darkest one, and it was built decades before you were born. Trap 4. The retirement delay. The entire retirement system was designed for an economy that no longer exists, and it's using your salary to fund it. In 1974, the Employee Retirement Income Security Act was signed into law. This is the legislation that created the framework for your 401k. The average house cost 2 times the average annual salary. College was affordable. Inflation was manageable. Social security was solvent. None of that is true in 2025. The average house costs 6 to 8 times the average salary in most major cities. College debt is a generation-defining crisis. Social Security's trust fund faces insolvency projections. And yet the retirement advice you're given: contribute to your 401k, wait 40 years, retire at 65, is running on 1974 software. Meanwhile, between management fees, inflation erosion, and the sequence of returns, risk at the moment you need the money most. The retirement account that looked strong at 64 can look very different at 67 after a market correction. The insight: a 401k is not a retirement plan. It is a tax-deferred savings account with market exposure that you cannot touch without penalty until you're 59 and a half. It is one tool. It was never meant to be the whole strategy, but that's exactly how it was sold to you. One more trap, and this is the one that ties all the others together. Trap 5. The earned income ceiling. Salary income is the most taxed, most capped, most exposed category of income that exists, and it's the only one most people ever use. Here is something the tax code makes completely clear, but that nobody teaches you in school. Not all income is taxed equally. The money you earn by trading your time for a paycheck is taxed at the highest possible rate. The money your investments earn while you sleep is taxed at a significantly lower rate. The money your assets generate through rent, royalties, or business revenue can often be offset through depreciation and deductions to an effective rate of near zero. Legally, the system is not broken. It is working exactly as designed. It rewards people who own assets, it extracts maximum tax from people who sell time, and a salary puts you firmly in the second category, no matter how high that salary gets. Warren Buffett famously noted that he paid a lower effective tax rate than his secretary. That is not an accident. That is the architecture of the tax code, built to reward a category of income that salary earners almost never access. The insight: the ceiling on salary income is not just financial, it is structural. You cannot out-earn the salary trap while staying inside it. The exit requires changing the category of income you rely on, not just the amount. Now, let me connect all 5 traps into one picture, because once you see the full system, the exit becomes obvious. Trap 1 takes your money before you see it. Trap 2 makes sure any increase gets absorbed. Trap 3 chains your income to your time. Trap 4 delays your financial freedom by 40 years. Trap 5 makes sure the income category you're in pays the maximum possible tax while building the minimum possible wealth. This is what I call the salary architecture. 5 interlocking systems that were not designed by a conspiracy, but by decades of policy, corporate interest, and economic structure, and they all point in one direction, keeping you productive, dependent, and employed. The framework for escaping it is what I call the income category shift. 3 stages. Stage 1. See the architecture. You just did this. You cannot exit a trap you cannot see. Stage 2. Build the gap. Stop using every raise to upgrade your lifestyle. Every dollar between what you earn and what you spend is a soldier that can be deployed into income-producing assets. Stage 3. Change the category. Start building income that is not earned income. A dividend, ETF, a side business with real revenue, a rental property, a royalty, something that pays you without requiring your presence. The type is secondary, the category shift is primary. Now, here is the objection I know you're having. I don't have enough money to start. You don't need more money. You need a different destination for the money you already have. The income category shift starts with whatever you have right now. $50 a month into a dividend ETF is not going to retire you, but it will begin the identity shift from person who sells time to person who owns assets. And identity shifts compound faster than interest rates. So now you know the 5 traps inside your salary: the first cut, the lifestyle anchor, the time hostage, the retirement delay, and the earned income ceiling. None of this is your fault, but all of it is your problem. And now you have the map. Here is what I want you to do right now. Comment one word below: trap. Just that. If this video showed you something about your salary that you hadn't seen before, comment trap. I read every single one, and if enough people comment the same trap number, the one that hit the hardest, I am making a full dedicated video on how to dismantle that specific trap, step by step. If this hit different, subscribe. Every week on this channel, we take the financial systems that were never explained to you, and we break them open, level by level, trap by trap. No generic advice. No, just invest in index funds. Just the map. And if you want to understand the income category shift in real detail, exactly how to start moving from earned income to something that works without you, that video is right here. Watch it next. The trap only works if you stay inside it.